tonight. Somebody asked me, and it might have been Terry yesterday, if there was any fussy cutting in this book, and I said no. And I lied, because when I came to look at it, it's full of fussy cutting. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to go through and have a look at our fussy cutting. If I can detangle this from the cat. So if you want to have a look at the book first, this is our tie, which I took off last night. Don't trust that cat. And as you can see, what are you doing? We've got a lot of fussy cut white poinsettias underneath, and then on the back as well. You know, so we've got quite a bit of fussy cutting. I said no because I didn't think there was, but there is. So what I want to do now is go through so that we don't waste any of our papers, and make sure that we've got all these little bits cut out, because I learned my lesson last time. It's much better if we do it together. So we'll go through. But this basically, it's a little gatefold book. It's not big at all. It's just cute. And I know, Terry, I'm really sorry. I lied to you. But we'll get on with our fussy cutting. And if you're doing both books, all I can say to you is I am so sorry. I didn't think this through. Right, so what we're going to do is page by page. Now, what I'll just... thank you. Just to show you, if I just take out all of the tags and things that we've got, just so you can see what I've done with the paper, is when we come to mat our, you know, pockets and pages, I've used a sheet and cut it so that the picture carries on, if that makes sense. So we'll go through that when we come to mat our pages. But what I'll do now is we'll go through the 8x8 pack and we'll have a look at what you need to fussy cut and what you need to keep to one side so you don't fussy cut, okay? So if you want to grab your 8x8 papers, now I said yesterday that I thought this would make it doesn't matter what papers you use for this little book. It's quick, it's easy, it's, you know, fun to make, to give away. You can use it instead of cards, something like that. So Ellie, who's knocking about somewhere, is going to be making this with some Pink Fresh Studio case of the Blars paper, just to prove me right, really. If you're going to be using a different paper, I can't help feeling that tonight might be a bit, you know, a waste of time from that point of view. But do stay to see what happens with this cat, will you? Because
I think the devil will tonight.
What's the matter with her?
I don't know. They're showing off one of the boobs.
Oh no, she is. Put it away. Oh, what? No, just stay there. Yes. Oh, this is going to be impossible. Just out of the way. Oh. Anyway.
Tracy says hello.
Hello, Tracy. Are you having cat She's got a tail in my mouth. Can you just sit down somewhere? Sit. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to move her now because she's just destroying everything. Sit down.
No. Beatrice says, can you tickle the cat's belly?
No. No, I want to live. This is what happens when you tickle cat bellies. This, which is better than it was because I think it got quite infected. Right, she's kind of being... No. Just get out. Wait for... Stay there. So, right. Yeah, she'd have my fingers. She does have my fingers often, Beatrice. This one, a sign of affection for Storm is to bite you.
She nibbles.
Right. Stay. She's sat on my book now. Right, so if you want to grab your papers, we'll just go through and we'll work out what we're going to cut, which is, if you did the class last night, this is what we did last night. Don't say the T-R-E-A-T-S word, Mary, because they understand it. So exactly the same with this one as we did on the previous one. I admit that I fussy cut out the ones that were in English because I understood them. So I know that I'm going to want to put these two bits in my book. So I am going to... We'll just rough cut these for now. I'm just going to cut out those 2 bits. And what I do when I'm fussy cutting, and I'm sorry if you heard all of this yesterday, is I'm just going to put them in a box so that I know that these are what I've got to cut out, okay? So hang on, I just need to retrieve my book from Storm so that I know. Can I have this bit as well? No! Ow! Claws out. So I know which bits I need. So let's start with this tag, which is the wooden tag. I can see that I need my white poinsettias. They come later. That's absolutely fine. But here on the back, I've used one of these wordy bits, which is once in a while. I love this. This is one of my favourite quotes. Once in a while, right in the middle of an ordinary life, love gives us a fairy tale. So that's this bit here. So I'm going to just cut roughly around that. And then I'll come back and proper fussy cut it later. Okay. So I can see I've got some of the white poinsettias that I've cut out for that. So that's all I need for that bit. Oh, you can have that. Look after it, Storm. Right. This is my front page. This is one of the wooden shapes. And that beautiful moments is one of the wooden shapes. But this here, believe in magic and just believe in your dreams, I'm going to cut out of this page. So,
Mel has appeared.
Has she? Hello, Mel.
And Tracy loves your wooden boxes.
They were Hobbycraft. I use them a lot actually when I'm doing a project. So there's 3. Oh, there's 3 of these little ones, but there's also this really big one. Look. So when I'm doing, oh god, no, I'm wrecking everything. When I'm doing a project, I put like my big papers in here, and then no, Mel, it's exactly the same as last night. And then I put the little ones in there, and then.
But with cat.
Yeah, we've just got an additional cat tonight. So I'm going to cut out that believe in magic one. And I want the just believe in your dreams, which is this one here. I'm going to take it a little bit slower tonight because apparently I cut out really quick.
Yep.
Yeah, the cat is charging. Yeah, she's being a pain. Okay. So all I'm doing now is going through my book and just seeing which of these phrases that I need. So this beautiful moments, that's one of the wooden ones. Here, once upon a time, and that beautiful moments in paper. So I'm going to cut that out. The beautiful moments is here, right at the very bottom. And once upon a time, that one up there, up at the top. Okay, that's all I need from that one. On this side, life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. Which is this one down here. It is when I'm married to you, darling.
Oh yes, we should renew our vows, shouldn't we?
Yes, we should. And you should wear a Santa hat.
I will.
That would be great.
I've got one.
I know. Winter Tales. This one here. And It's a Magical Time from that one there, which I have no idea where it is. That must be from one of the... oh no, it's there, look. A Magical Time. Okay. Now the very back, all that is just the paper. There's no kind of sticky on bits there, so that we don't need to worry too much about that. So I've got all these bits left, but I might need them for all various bits, so I'm going to put that to one side.
Tracy's cut out 96 white flowers from last night, just 96 to go.
I know, there are a lot. I must admit, I haven't done any more fussy cutting, but Mel was up stupid o'clock, weren't you, last night, cutting out flowers. Right, so our first page is our fairy. So I know that our fairy is this one here. So what I'm going to do, because the paper use is tight on this one, I'm going to be quite careful how I cut out. So I'm going to just rough cut quite closely to my fairy. And I'm not going to cut round every bit of her hair.
Yes, this is definitely ground.
Okay, so I'm going to put her to one side to cut. Do I want any of these other flowers? Well, actually, yes, I do, because they are really cool and nice to use. So I'm just going to snip that bit off there. I might need that bit, so I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to put these flowers in there to fussy cut as well. And the same with these little bits down here. So I'm just going to cut round that leaf.
Is that like cutting out fussy?
Fussy, it is, yes. So I've got a lot of that page left, okay, because that will probably come in useful for something. So I'm going to put that to one side. So my next page is, it's a squirrel. It's not, you had to watch it last night, but is our reindeer squirrel thing, which goes on the back. So we can leave this, you will be delighted to hear, as a full sheet of paper. So I'm going to put that full sheet of paper to one side. Now if I open my book, I can see that this lassie on this page, I need her for that bit. So I'm going to take that whole page and I'm not going to fussy cut any of it. I'm going to put that page to one side. Ruth. Hi Margaret.
And Ruth.
Oh, hi Ruth. Hi Anne. You're too excited to sleep. Have I missed something? Or you just excited to do the book last night, Mel? Right, now we've got these cut parts. You can do this on your trimmer, but we're just gonna cut those out as they are, I think. Let me just double check that. Yeah, we're just going to cut that out as they are. So I'll put that on my fussy cutting pile, but I'm just going to cut round them just so they make little tags, all right? This page, I need this for my background. So I'm going to take the whole page and I'm going to put it safely to one side. It's falling over. And it's exactly the same with this page, which is our lassie on the horseback. So she's going to one side.
Anne says hello.
Hi, Anne. Yes, I said hello to Anne. I was watching for a change.
She said hello again.
Good. This one, I can't remember where this one goes. On the front. So we want to keep that whole page as it is. So I'm going to put that to one side. And then this one, I think, goes behind the fairy. Yes, it does. So I'm going to put that whole page to one side. This is good. This is much easier than last night's, because last night we fussy cut everything. So that leaves me with this darned white poinsettia page. So here we go. First of all, I'm going to cut off that border at the bottom, because we're going to make some paper ribbons at some point. So we'll put that in our fussy cutting pile. And now every single one of these white poinsettias and these little flowers has to be separately cut out. So I'm just going to rough cut to start with. So I'm just going to rough cut so I know these are in my pile to cut out fully. Every single one. So if you're somebody who's making both books, ha 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 ha. Yeah, sorry, Mel. I don't know why I'm laughing, because I'm making both books too. So I'm just cutting roughly round each one. So it's in my pile of things to fussy cut out. Feels like you have to be so much more precise on these little ones. I still haven't tried the snips, Wendy. I will do. I've got to sort out those boxes, so. But I'm not at all convinced that I'm going to get on with them. I have a feeling it's going to end badly. Okay, so that's all rough cut. Right. Oh, I'm losing my voice. And before anybody worries that it's COVID, it's not. I accidentally inhaled a whole load of antibacterial spray about half an hour before we came on live. It's horrible.
Teach you to clean.
I won't be doing it again. It's bloody dangerous. First time I do housework for weeks and... Ah, Louise, aha. Let me show you. This is last night's. I put it in a bag. And tonight's is in a box. The trouble is, if I put tonight's in a bag, I'm going to be in a whole heap of bother. Right, so our next page is this round one. And we're going to be doing some fussy cutting out of this sheet as well. So let's start at the front.
Mamas, if you run out of vodka.
I never had any vodka.
No, we've run out of glasses.
He hasn't brought me a drink up tonight. I tell you just can't get the staff.
We were...
You don't want to know. We can't tell them what we were doing.
No, we were waylaid, weren't we?
We were... Yes, we were waylaid.
Yes.
And it's really not half as cool as you think it is. No, right, so we... No, yeah, let's leave it there. This round emblem here with the winter scene, that needs to be fussy cut. As do these poinsettias here. So we'll put those on the pile.
Anne reckons you're going to... Anne reckons you're going to have blisters on your fingers with all the fussy.
Well, do you know what, Anne? My fingers go numb. Oh, because of the lack of vodka. It might well be. I'll tell you what I could do with some vodka. Right, so we've got that one. We've got all of the poinsettias. Yes. Right, okay. On this side, we've got the fairy. So I'm just going to... This feels like I'm cutting out 2 pages now. So I'm going to cut her out. Don't do what I did with this one. Blindly fussy cutting and forgetting that her wings pop out of the circle. And I'll have that poinsettia. Oh. We've got the castle. That's going in my box. Here we've got, that must be, although I can't tell, but it must be logically the poinsettia. And this one's got the birdie. Okay. Did I use those for anything? Where's my... Oh, cat's sitting on all my bits. If I touch her, she's going to stand up. Oh, Storm. Hello, baby girl. No. Oh! Oh, yeah. Sorry, I've got a mouthful of cat. Did I cut out? Oh, yes, look. I have cut. I've used the tags, so we'll cut those out as well, as they are. Okay. Which leaves us just this back page here. Now, I can tell you, all I used out of this back page was this strip, which I cut off because, like I said, we're going to make some paper ribbons. And now we're going to butcher the rest of it because I want every single one of these flowers, pardon me, fussy cut. Oh, tail in my face.
Sorry, Lou.
No, not... God's
I
sake.
was apologising on store.
Oh, is that what you want? Oh my God.
What?
Nothing.
She's whipping it now.
Okay. Oh.
David's just entered.
Hi David, it's alright, you've not missed much. We've just had cat issues and we're just fussy cutting. So it's pretty much like last night's class, just in smaller paper. I don't know why she's here. I don't know why she's here, Sue. I don't know what's got into them tonight. Well, we know what's come out of them tonight. That's been the whole flipping point. But I don't know what's... I don't know. They've all been a bit weird. Loki was here before we started class. And Martha, yeah, but we'll not go there. So I don't know what's got into them. I really don't. They must think they're missing out somehow.
Sweet.
So I'm just going round and I'm just rough cutting these tiny flowers.
Teeny tiny.
Oops. Good job I didn't need that one, innit?
She reckons the little ones are her paint to cut.
Yeah, they are. But you lose them as well. That's what's even worse.
Not everyone's got cats, do
Well, I can't blame the cats. It's usually me that loses them. Ooh. Right, nearly there. One more to go. Okay. Right, so we've now rough cut everything that we need, which means that all the paper that we've got left over is fair game for our book. So, what we're going to do, I want you to do, because you're going to have homework, is over the next week, I want you to fussy cut all of these bits. And if you like, we'll do some now, because we've only been on for half an hour, which is next to nothing, really. But it's much quicker and easier to put the book together if we've got everything pre-cut out. It really does make a huge difference. I reckon we'll get it finished next week if we've got our fussy cutting done, I think. So, before we go, because this has been very, very, very short this evening, does anybody have any questions? Are there any books, past, present or future, that you want to have a look at that I can show you while we're here? Because last night I showed the group the Subbox book, which Mel's done the charm for and is absolutely stunning. So I showed the book with the charm.
It's a right cracker.
It is a right cracker. And we've got the new book, which looks very different when I'm showing you the book as opposed to a photograph, if you see what I mean. So I don't know whether I've got the same people tonight as I had last night, or whether you want to have another look at them, or a look at them if you haven't seen them already. What, you like watching me cut out? Isn't it boring?
I like watching them cut out, yeah.
Not with a knife, you don't.
Not with a knife, no. Round-ended scissors.
No, they're for kids. Oh, I see what you mean. Scissors. Funny. Really?
Trish asks if you've got the perpetual organiser to hand.
I do.
She does.
Well, I say that. I don't know why I'm saying that. I've absolutely no idea. Where is it?
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Oh, and Storm has left the building.
Yeah, Storm's gone, so that's good.
And David says someone posted a really big album in a week.
Oh, the 12 by 12 folio. I know where that is. I'm a little bit concerned I don't know where the perpetual organiser is. I've got the Christmas version of the perpetual organiser. Oh no, I found it. Oh, that's my Bloom Street that I haven't finished. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. I'm just wrecking everything here. It's all falling over. Oh. Right, perpetual organiser, I've got it. What do you want to know?
Wants to see, doesn't he?
Well, mine's getting very squished because I don't look after things properly. I'm really sorry. Oh, I've wrecked it. Probably needs some TLC. I didn't like it, but the what? Didn't like it with the flowers on. The flowers were to cover a mistake. So the perpetual organiser is squished. Let me just get rid of this flipping lead is in the way. It's quite big, quite bulky. Oh, I really have squished it. Mine's got a policy envelope on the front, and I put some of the printouts, which you'll find in the group, in the OneDrive link in there. And then each page, as you know, pulls out. And you can put, you know, to-do lists, address lists, all of the printouts that fit. They're in the OneDrive. They're in the OneDrive. But so it's when you look at the pages. Hang on. This is covered in cat hair. When you look at the pages, you open up the book and you've got your birthday list there with your pocket that goes. And then you've got the stacked pockets there. Turn over and you've got the same on the other side. But these bits pull out. So that you can, you know, put receipts or something in the middle. Now, I don't know, I did show a little while ago that Kerry on the Scrap Lab DT made this as a wedding planner version. So, no, the Falopalop competition, Nat was looking at that the other day. So it's coming. I know it's coming, but I don't know just off the top of my head. But it's quite complicated to work on because we've got to cross-reference in the two groups. So it is coming, and I know Nat was working on it. So yeah, this was my original perpetual organiser, which is the one that I used, the Graphic 45. I've forgotten what the paper's called. Anyway, I managed to get some more paper, and I think I've got 3 full kits in stock at the moment, which is your papers, your base structural kit. It's got a charm in it, and I think there's still 3 left in the shop because I've managed to get some more papers. So that's the perpetual organiser. I did start a Christmas one, which I never finished because I never seem to finish anything these days. But this was my Christmas version, and I need to finish it. So I've got magnets. So this is my the front of my Christmas version with my policy envelope on the front, and then this is as far as I've got inside, so it's not finished by any stretch of the imagination, but it's exactly the same principle. But I was going to use this as a Christmas planner. I really should finish this. So that's the Christmas version. As you can see, I haven't finished it yet. I've still got some more bits to do. That's obviously bits I haven't finished either. But also in the shop, there is the wedding planner version, which wonderful Kerry did for me. And I've squished this as well. And this is how Kerry made it. And the ones in the shop, the wedding planner version, it does come with this absolutely gorgeous charm that Mel's made. But this is one that she's kind of turned around to use as a wedding planner. So, I mean, the kit that we've got in the shop includes all the papers and everything. But, you know, things like the writing, the dies that she's used, that's not included. It's just to give you an idea of things that you can do with the paper. But it's got the vellum in it and some gold mirror card and just lots of pictures of how she's done it. I mean, for example, what she's done is she's taken strips of the design paper to make this background. I think this is amazing. I love the way that she thinks. So she's done strips of the design paper to make this background. And then the heart is just cut out as a heart, matted onto the gold mirror card, and then put onto sort of like a vellum transparency background. It's just so pretty. But here, this is the sort of thing that Kerry's done. This is the bit that slots in here. So let me just slot that in. Oh, this is why I didn't slot it in, because I couldn't get it in last time because I was not concentrating. So anyway, it's exactly the same principle. It's got the bit that slots in. Now I can't get it out. And you can put receipts, or you could put, I mean, you can put photos in here, all sorts of things. But this, like I said, this is the wedding planner version. You don't have to use it as a wedding planner. You can use it, you know, for anything really. But I know that I've got some of these in the shop as well. If you know, if anybody's interested in those as well, so you can use it for anything. I mean, I've seen it. Nikki Dowlman made a lovely one that she used as a December daily. Sam has mentioned that she did a really lovely one with gorgeous sort of craft Christmas paper. So you know, just because I used it as an organiser doesn't mean that you can't use it for other things. Right.
Alison asked about the pop-up book.
The pop-up book.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. Oh, and I will go and get the huge 12 by 12 folios in a minute, but they're in the other room. Oh, disaster. Right, the pop-up book. Okay, this hasn't got the charm on it yet. I'm just chucking stuff everywhere here. Right. This is the big pop-up book. So it's quite a big book. It's I think it's 9 by 7.5. Yeah, 9 by 7.5 inches. And what you've got on the front is sort of like this tunnel effect. It's kind of like you can see that you know, this front bit's just a little bit thicker, and it's kind of like got this tunnel effect with papers going on here. And don't worry about the ovals, because Mark has designed, Sue, it would be ace as a pregnancy baby book, the perpetual organizer. But Mark's designed this really, really clever special tool to help us do this, and that's all I'm saying. But you're getting one in your kit, so don't worry about the ovals. He takes all of the pressure off. It's absolutely fantastic. I can't tell you how impressed I am with what he came up with to make this. So the pop-up book uses 2 different papers. They're both Craft Consortium, which is a really nice British company. Each pack is 48 pages, so this is a heavy, big kit. And I've used Little Fawn, and the reason that I had to use Little Fawn is because I wanted these animals, you know, the cut-out deer and stuff. But the main bulk of the book I've used Over the Hedge by Craft Consortium as well, because these papers are brighter and more in your face, but they didn't give me, they gave me the more cartoony animals, which I wasn't so keen on for the whole look of the book. You've got a acrylic title here, which you won't find anywhere else because that was designed specifically for this book, and it's called A Woodland Tale, and it has got an amazing charm, but I haven't had that off Mel yet. So it's quite a thick book. So when you open it up, what we've got here, and I said when I did my overview of this book doesn't look complete, and that's totally typical, totally deliberate, because what I wanted people to do was to make it very much their own. So for instance, inside this pocket here, which is an expandable pocket by the way, we've got a flag book. I don't know if you've seen a flag book before, but this is very plain because I want you to go off and make it your own. I don't, you know, I want you to just enjoy the process of making. But this is a flag book, if it sits properly, and I'll show you how to make that in the class. Now it's all been pre-recorded, it's all ready to go. So it's like doing a class with me, only quiet because Mark's not here. So this is what I mean about the animals. I needed the animals and the trees from the little form papers, so you got it kind of like a bit of fussy cutting if you do this. But this bit, if you pull this, probably better if I show you like that. If you pull this bit stands up. Okay, so you've got this standy up bit, and then underneath there's acetate, and then underneath that there's actually, if I can get them out, there's actually a couple of photo mats as well that go underneath there. Let's see if I can get this in without squishing it all. Okay, then this page, this is really difficult to show on a down camera, but this bit, you've got a little accordion fold out here, so somewhere to put photos there, because at the end of the day that's what we use our books for. But here you've got I don't know how to describe it. It says pull here, so oh, I've dropped that. There's a bit, hang on, let me get some glue, stick this back on. Right, when you pull this open, I don't know if you can see that, you've got this kind of like 3D deer effect, and then here on the background you've got some sort of cut out flowers and stuff that are a little bit wibbly wobbly here as well, just to add a bit of interest. But then you've got your deer, you know, standing back at a kind of a 3D sort of a look there. Okay, so that's part of you know, the book, and the kit comes with absolutely everything, including these exclusive flair that I've made to go in that book specifically. It is a huge kit, and it's flipping heavy. Okay, so you've obviously got a little bit of paper there because that's where it pulls out to, but there's not really much you can use for that. Now this is what I mean here again about leaving bits blank so that you can do you know, your own stuff. But when you open this up here, we've got some blank stuff here and here again, but you've got this pop-up there, a place for your photos. And then on this side, you know, it's not going to be a pop-up book without a working...
Jane says, can't forget what I said last night about the book. Please can you put to the side for me? I'll speak with you.
Yes, Jane, all right. Not a problem. So here we go. So that's, you know, you can't have a book without. I know you all know how to do this now, but I just love them. So it's going to have one. And then this final page, we've got a couple of you know, spaces here for photos because it's supposed to be a photo book. But this page, we have to thank Mark for this page. With the Over the Hedge collection, you can get a pack of wooden shapes, and they're really cute. But I like these because they move, but they don't. So they're all on magnets. So underneath this piece of paper here is a really, really thin metal shim. It's 50 microns thick. It's like a piece of paper. You will have to be careful when you handle it because it is sharp on the outside. But underneath here you've got this metal, which means that the magnets will attach to it. So I don't know, if you've got grandkids or kids and they want to have a play around with the animals and they want to put, you know, things in different places, they can do that, and they're going to stay because it's magnetic. So clever. So thank you to Mark for that. Then on this bit, we've got, you know, like I said, we've got the expandable pocket again at the back, which you can put a flag book in, or you can make some inserts, whatever you fancy. And then there's this bit, which I think I'm probably going to have to show you upside down. So when you lift this up, here you get, this bit keeps falling down, which is my fault because I didn't make it properly, but I did make it properly in the class. You've got this little diorama. So we've got some insects that wibble wobble, and we've got our little animals safely in the forest. Okay, so that's that book. You know, it's I know I'm asking, you know, £100 for the kit, which I recognise is a lot of money. I absolutely recognise that fact. But I think it's excellent value for money. Diana, I've thought about making just the class available to purchase, and I have to be honest, and I'm going to say no, and I'm going to explain why I'm saying no. The reason is that this book, like the larger version of the rolled up mini that we did, actually I've got that here as well. Let me just grab that. This is the larger version of the rolled up mini that we made, but this was a book that we made in one of my face-to-face retreats. It was last year. Was it last year's? It was last October's, wasn't it? Yeah. And this is where our little rolled up mini came from. Now, anybody who came on or anybody who comes on my retreats, bless them, I'm so grateful. They pay a lot of money to be there because it's residential and we stay in a hotel, and I don't feel that it's right and proper that I should make it too available. Does that make sense? I always have extra kits for whether it's my scrapbooking retreat or whether it's my, you know, super sweet book retreats. I always have extra kits that I sell over and above you know, the what we do at the retreat, but they're very limited. There's usually only about 10. There's not many, and I keep it like that for a reason. But as much as I would love to open it up and say that I'll just sell the class, in my mind I'm not being fair to the people that have paid to go on a retreat, and I'm really sorry because I recognise that is going to disappoint people, and I am sorry, but that's my reasoning, and it's just out of courtesy, you know, to the people who have come on the retreat. But this is the you know, the big version of the, you know, the rolled up mini that we made. So you never know what you might find next time. Right, now, very quickly, I'm just going to run into the, I'm not going to run, who am I kidding? I'm just going to pop into the other room, and I'm just going to go and grab the big book. So David, I'll be right back. Hang on, need the light. I have to have these in the other room because they don't fit anywhere.
Trish says you can come to one of your retreats.
Well, next year we're having 4, Trish. To make up for not having, well, for having 1 this year, because we've got 1 left, which is going ahead. Oh, I can show you that as well. That's our Halloween retreat. But next year we've got plans for 4, which is... one of which, well, 2 have been postponed from this year, but 1 was postponed by a year, so it's normal. But Mark and I are going up to the lakes on Sunday to check out a venue for a retreat at the Lake District, which I think is going to be amazing. So we're going to go and check out the venue for that, and it's quite a rather lovely spa hotel. So that might be nice, and we're looking at sort of autumn time, early November for that. So you know, that could be a whole lot of fun. So that's a new one that we're going to do next year. So right, David, you asked about the big books. This is the 12 by 12 scrapbook folio. And I asked people what they would like in a book, what sort of book would they like to, you know, to see. And what came back was that we'd like a 12 by 12 book. Now I know, because I have made a huge book, I think it was 11 by 11, and it's amazing, but because it's got a hard cover, it is so solid and heavy, and it's very, very difficult to figure out a way to make a book a true 12 by 12. And what I wanted to do was to make something that we could put a true 12 by 12 scrapbook page in. So that's how this came about. It's very much more of a folio, so it's softer, but it's still quite big and heavy. So we did two versions of it. This is I used AB Studio for that, and that's the travel one, which I'll come on to in a minute, because I think if you've made a lot of books with me, you'll notice that I always have like two versions. I have the book that I make just off the top of my head, and then in class we make the new and improved version, because I recognise that there's some things that I could have done better. So this was my original, and I changed it slightly in the width of the spines, because this is so chock full of inserts that I recognised that the spines weren't wide enough. So that's how we came to make the biggest spines on the travel folio, scrapbook folio, but it's very much interchangeable. You can do it yourself. You can work out how thick you need it to be, because all you need to do is just add ½ an inch to the, anyway, whatever. So this one, I'll just go through this one quickly. On the front we've just got some pockets here, stacked pockets, but this will fit a piece of 12 by 12 paper. So we were talking about graphic 45, because you always get your signature piece on graphic 45, don't you? Actually, I can show you with this. This is a piece that came out of the Green Witch, which is going to be our next project, and that will fit exactly on the front cover. So if you want a book that doesn't have any faff on the front, it's just very simple and grabs your eye, then you can just use one single piece of 12 by 12. That was what that was about. So you open it up, and here, oh, I've got too many books on my desk. Here what we've got is we've got a load of photo mats, and this one I used clips, on the other one I used magnets, and that opens up. I'm not going to be able to show you this properly because it's too big, but that opens up, and we've got pockets, and then these photo mats which you open up again. And on this version we've got more. What we've got is we've got a pocket on the back here where you can just, you know, slip things in. On the other one, hang on, let me show you, the travel version, I made it so that we had space for a full page scrapbook layout. So you had a choice, you know, when you know, whatever papers you're using, you can either make a really simple pocket, or you can, you know, like I said, do a scrapbook layout. And within this 12 by 12 book, there is the opportunity for essentially 3. So you've got the front cover. This is the back of the front cover. And then over this side, oh, attaching things, over this side, you've got another scrapbook page there. So, you know, you've got a choice as to whether you want to put a pocket. On the other book I put a pocket. Okay, so I dream them, Karen, a lot of them. However, I will tell you that because we're using 12 by 12 sheets of paper for this, and people wanted a 12 by 12 book, it was a real head scratcher. And I was driving to work down a road called the Pye Green Road here in Hensford, and if you know Hensford at all, and you know the Pye Green Road, you're driving down towards town, and there is a church on your left hand side. And just as I got to that church, it hit me how to do it. No, not the church. I'm not that bad a driver.
Oh.
I suddenly realised how we keep our full 12 by 12. And if you've made this book, you will know that what we do is we make connectors. So we're going to get our sheets of 12 by 12, cut connectors out of them, fold them in half and glue them so that they are just marginally bigger than that 12 by 12 sheet, which means that we keep our 12 by 12 size. So that took me some real head scratching.
Can I swear where you get your ideas?
Yes, I dream them. Apart from that one which hit me on the Pye Green Road.
David reckons it's his next project.
Excellent. Well, David, if you have a look in the group, no, we didn't start doing it until after the 12 by 12. But I reckon if you search 12 by 12 scrapbook folio, you'll see ones that people have made, and people have used 101 different sorts of papers, and they look amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I choose the papers for my books deliberately. So I love the papers that I'm working with. But then I see what books people are making, and I'm just absolutely gobsmacked. I'm going to give you an example now. Carolyn Ridding has made my office hours book. Now, this is the office hours book. Oh,
Mary Carras.
Oh, I've just wrecked it.
We should be able to get a kit for that.
Yeah, it'll be up in the shop this weekend. So this is the office hours book before I wrecked it, you know, it's in 3 different sort of sizes of page, and I loved it. I haven't finished my one that I was doing in the class yet, which was what did I use? Oh, Graphic 45 Farmhouse, and I want to finish that. But go and have a look at Carolyn Ridding's version of the office hours book. It should be somewhere towards the top of the group, and it is jaw-dropping. It is absolutely jaw-dropping. She's used completely different papers, and it's just wow. That's all I can say. So have a look at that. Do you want to have a look at the next book? If I've got room. Actually, I don't even know. Oh, here it is. I've got to put all these away again. Right. This is the next one. You're going to have 3 choices of papers. This is Green Witch. We're going to have Fall Orchard, which is gorgeous. I was showing it to Mel over video link earlier.
Sue she's just apologised. She nipped off and bought the retreat kit.
Oh, that's perfectly okay. I'm quite happy for you to do that. Thank you very much indeed. And then I've got a few, not many, but of the Halloween is called Halloweeny. Now the papers that I've used are Craftsmith, which you'll know that we've recently started stocking in the shop. The Craftsmith, if American friends, you'll know Craftsmith. You'll know it as Michael's Recollections. And this is really interesting because I was talking to my supplier and about the provenance of the papers. And what happens is that obviously Michael's, what's the word I want? Contract, you know, to get their recollections papers made, and my supplier has the opportunity to kind of tag on the end of that for some extra copies. So that's how we're able to get them over here in Europe. But you will find them in America. That's the brand. When I'm talking about Craftsmith, that's what we call them over here. You call it Michael's Recollections. They're amazing papers. They're thick. They're like cardstock. They're one-sided, so you don't have all the bother of trying to choose which side you want to use, because let's face it, that's a pain in the butt. But there's 48 sheets in every pack, which means that you have got so much paper, left over. So this is the Green Witch, and then we've got the Fall Orchard, which is the one that I'm going to be using in class. And also the Halloweeny. So let's get on with the book. Now, I told you earlier on that when I make the books the first time, I usually find improvements, and I'm going to tell you what my improvement to this is going to be. So this book it's got 2 sides to it, and it's a soft folio. And here you can see that the hinges don't attach to the back of the book. Now, what I learned with this is that they need to be wider for this book. So when we come to make it in class, this will be slightly wider, which means that my magnetic closure will work. But this you only learn by trial and error, don't you? So that's my process. So how does the book open? Well, it's got two soft spines, and it opens up like a kind of a gatefold, but not quite. And I don't know if you can see these papers, but all of them, they've all got metallic aspects to them. On the Green Witch, it's this kind of coppery rose gold. There's a beautiful, yellow gold on the Orchard, Fall Orchard, and I can't remember what's on the Halloweeny, but I think it might be silver. I'll check that. But you can see they've got these absolutely good, and then all the bits that you get, because you get like strips in there, that's got all of these gorgeous foil accents on there as well. So you open up the book. Now the plan with this book, was not to do any fussy cutting. It didn't work. So, sorry, but what we've got here is we've got a stacked pocket that I've actually put inside a matted piece. So it's not all the way across. It's kind of, just a design feature, shall we call it. And then we've got photo mats to go into our pockets. And I've just matted those, or, pardon me, I did little bits in where I need to. This page now, you can see these little black clips that I love these. They're so cute. Mel, I'm letting her off lightly, aren't I, Mel, really? Because poor Mel, and I said this last night, poor Mel is just constantly bombarded by me asking for this, that and the other. And you know what? She's got a family. She's got a full-time serious job. And I'm just there going, I want. So there's no charm on this book. And that was the way it was going to be. And then I said, well, actually, wouldn't it be nice if we had some charms on our little black clips? So there will be. So I'm sorry, Mel, but I can't leave you out, because you're the icing on my cake always. So there will be some Mel bits in there. So this bit, this is I don't want to know about you and Mel's bits. I really don't. Anyway, moving swiftly on. This is like a gatefold, and it opens up. So I'm sorry about the fussy cutting, because there is some. And then this opens up, and you've got these are just little pockets that I've made out of the design paper, and it opens up again to a slit pocket here. Lots of spaces left. This is deliberate so that you can add in your photos or whatever, but it's kind of like a gatefoldy sort of an idea. And then a little clip to keep it together. Okay. This page, all I wanted for this was just the papers to talk. So there's no fancy bits on this. This is just like 2 mini scrapbook pages. There's no pockets or anything. It's just scrapbook pages. Okay, and fussy cut. Sorry about the fussy cutting. I couldn't help it. Right, this page, what you've got on this side, we've got a few more pockets for our photo mats. There's a pocket there for a photo mat, and we open it up and there's another pocket there, and plenty of space for you to put your own bits on as well. Then on this side, once again, we've got a little pocket on a pocket. Okay, it's simple stuff, but I just wanted to let the papers talk. Sam, you can make it with anything. I'm not sure if there'd be enough. I don't think there'd be enough in last year's Halloween kit. Are you talking about the graphic 45 Happy Hauntings? Don't think there'll be enough. I think you'd have to mix it with something else. And then here we've got this is the thought behind this was like a process of 3. So you've got a pocket here, and then you've got this flippy flappy bit in the middle, and then a pocket there. But this just has bits that slip into it. And I wish I'd got here, but it's downstairs, the other papers, because the Fall Orchard papers are just absolutely stunning. So this will be available at the weekend. This will be the Green Witch. We have Fall Orchard and some of the Halloweeny. Okay, so have I bored you all senseless now? Is there anything else? Are we done?
We covered everything.
Have we covered everything? Which paper, David? The Green Witch? It's this one. And I couldn't really find, I couldn't find a way to use this because it was just too big of a print. The forest is dark and full of mine. I'm going to actually, I'm going to find a frame and just frame it because I just love it. I just love it. So, there we go. Are we done? Where's the peanut butter cups? Well, do you know what? Peanut butter cups. Yeah, I'm going to miss out on that, Sam. We've had to postpone Sam's retreat until March. And last year when Sam turned up, it was hilarious. She got one of these, you know, pulley trolleys that we crafters use. And she came over to me, opened it up, and it was full of Reese's peanut butter cups. It was heaven. I spent a lot of time with Sam that weekend because you know oh my god, they were ace, absolutely amazing. Right, so I've bored you enough. Brilliant. If you most of these books you're going to find instructions for in the group. So you've got, Sam was just talking about last year's Halloween book. That's this one. This is called, I think it's called the Trifold Folio. Dead simple, dead quick. That's in the group to do. The perpetual organisers are in the group to do. There's the rolled up mini. That's the little version that I was talking about of this big one that we did in the retreat. Slightly different and it's a bit smaller. I think that should just about do it for now.
Dee says bye, she's got to run.
Bye Dee. I think my voice is going now.
Oh no.
Oh, Lost in Paradise, yes. I've got that somewhere. I think if I try and get that down, everything's going to turn out on my head, so I'm going to leave that.
Where is it?
It's up the top there, look. I don't want to, I think everything will fall down.
It won't.
Oh God. There's a couple knocking about actually. There should be another one somewhere. Because I did two, didn't I? Oh, thank you, Dave.
Yeah,
it's
it's
behind.
behind it.
Oh, yeah.
One.
This is the... What's this one called, Mel? Is this the Trifold Folio? I don't know. Anyway, this was another one that we did. This is all in... The information for this is all in the group. Just a little quick and easy little mini book. That's in there too. That was one of the first ones. I've forgotten what that one's called. Don't know. Anyway, there you go.
Sue says she's finished the fussy cutting while listening and watching.
Oh, good for you. I haven't even started. So, I think you've listened to me prattle on for long enough. And it's time for a cup of tea. So guys, do you know what? I think one day maybe we should I'll just get all my books out and I'll just show you all my books. Even books that I haven't designed. I'd love to show you our wedding book. I really would. That would be fun. So, yeah, maybe we'll do that one day.
We can do that on a different day.
Yeah, we can do. Yeah. Yeah, keep going for a couple of weeks, Jill. Maybe. Yeah. Cool. Right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Your homework, do your fussy cutting. For both books. Ha ha. Although you've got 2 weeks to do it for the big book. Thank you very much for joining me. I will see you all next Wednesday in the group for the large Winter Tales book. We'll just make the base of the book so you don't have to have finished your fussy cutting for that, so you should be good to go. So, right, I'll see you all soon. Thank you ever so much for keeping me company, and I'll see you soon. Bye.